Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at another day pack, and this one is going to be from Timbuk2. This is one of their newest bags that was released recently. This is the Division Pack, and I guess with this new line of bags, Timbuk2 is putting together some more modern looking and office friendly designs, and this one fits the bill really nicely. It's a really sleek looking pack. It's a little bit on the smaller side. But it works really well as a day pack, and I think it's meant more to just hold your daily essentials, your computer, your electronics, and just to help you move from the office and back and just move around the city. So it looks really nice, it's really slim, it sits well on your back, but I'm really excited to take a closer look at all the features this bag has to offer. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Timbuk2 Division Pack. So starting out with the outside of the bag, I have to say I really like the way this bag looks. I love the design. It's pretty minimal, and it's meant to keep the bag very slim. As you can see here, this is pretty much filled up with about as much as it can hold. Right now this is holding all the same things as I've used in my previous daily carry videos, but as you can see, it maintains a slim profile even when it's full. And so I really kind of like the simpler design. The bag primarily has 3 pockets. It has one on the front, kind of a main compartment with all the organization, and then a laptop compartment on the back. But just starting out with kind of the outer features, it has, of course, my favorite, a water bottle holder. This one is pretty deep. It feels pretty sturdy. This has my normal water bottle that I've used in all my other videos. The cool thing about the water bottle holder here is that if you wanted to take something longer, it also has a compression strap, so you can strap in a tripod or something like that. It's a little bit narrow for a yoga mat. I don't think it would quite fit there, but maybe something smaller that you can roll up a little bit tighter would also be good to place here. The bag itself is made out of this very light feeling. When the bag is empty, it feels very light. It's a very light material, but it feels very sturdy. It looks like it's pretty water resistant as well, and I absolutely love this color. This is kind of a more heather gray type color as opposed to just straight black. So the color is really, really cool with the design of this bag. One thing that I did notice right off the bat when I unpacked the bag from the box is that the material has a tendency to get a little bit wrinkled. So, I filled this out and I've worked on stretching it out for a little bit, and as you can see, there's still some wrinkles. So I don't know if these wrinkles are going to be there long term, or if I use the bag for a longer time, if they'll naturally kind of unwrinkle. But if that's something that may bother you aesthetically, it would be good to keep that in mind. And also, I don't know if this would be the same case with all the other colors of the bag. Just for this particular one, it was something that was very obvious right off the bat, and it's right on the front too, so it'd be really easy to see for anybody that was walking behind me. I really like that the bag has 2 compression straps on the outside of the bag. As I mentioned earlier, with the water bottle pocket, it kind of adds a little bit more versatility, but then on the other side as well, you can use it to hang a jacket or something like that. And maybe on this side you could actually hang the yoga mat that I was referring to earlier. These stretch out quite a bit, and then you can also use it to compress the bag if you don't have it filled out all the way. So continuing with the outside of the bag, they've included a very nice handle here. This one is a little bit more padded and comfortable than a lot of the other handles that I've used on Timbuk2 bags in the past, so that's a nice improvement. And then the straps have also changed a little bit as well. So in the past, one of the things that was very distinctive about Timbuk2 bags was the bottle opener, and it's no longer here, which could be a plus or a minus. I actually complained in the past that I didn't like having the bottle opener if I was going to use this backpack for business meetings or things like that. I didn't really want to walk into a meeting with that, so I always wished it was removable. In this case, they've just left it out completely, which is a little bit sad. I wish they would have included it and just given you the option to remove it, but at the same time, it wouldn't really mesh well with the clean aesthetics of the bag. And then on top of that, they've also they've included a removable and adjustable sternum strap. So the sternum strap, if you lift up this cover here, you can actually move it up and down. There's 3 different kind of slots where you can adjust it to. So depending on your height, you'll want to move it up and down. But it's really cool that you can either do that or just remove it completely. As you've seen from the bag itself, it's not that big. You're not going to be able to hold too much weight on it, so I don't know how useful the sternum strap will actually be. So if you're looking to just have kind of a cleaner look to the bag overall, I think you'd be fine just taking it off. The straps themselves are still very comfortable and padded, as with all Timbuk2 bags. Kind kind of the way they're stitched onto the top here is a little bit different than what I've seen in their other bags, but still very comfortable. And then, as I mentioned, the straps have been really comfortable to wear, and there's also plenty of padding on the back and ventilation, so that it'll be comfortable to wear on a long day, but also help keep air flowing and reduce the moisture that builds up on your back. But yeah, so just kind of wrapping up on the outside of the bag, I just really want to note how nice everything feels. Like, the quality of the materials is really, really good. I like that the compression straps, the buckles are actually metal as opposed to the plastic that you typically find on a lot of bags, and everything just feels like it'll really hold up well for a long time. And overall, just the aesthetic of the bag is really pleasing to me. It reminds me a lot of the Lepacker Tiger New bag that I reviewed previously. And this is kind of the more premium version of that bag, in my opinion. They're about the same size. This one just has a little bit better build. However, it's also a lot more expensive, so that's kind of where the main difference comes in. But overall, the aesthetics of this bag I really, really like, and I love how it sits on my back. Moving on to the pockets of the bag, there's not that many, as I mentioned. There's really only 3 main pockets. So just starting off with the front pocket here, it's just kind of a big pocket that spans the full height of the front of the bag. So it just opens up here on the front and goes all the way to the bottom. And so this pocket offers water resistance. So as you can see, the zipper here has a little bit of a seal to help keep water out, and on top of that, you can put the fabric over to help keep additional water out of your electronics, if that's what you choose to put there. I, at the moment, only have my charger and then also my moleskin notebook. So just things that I would want to be able to grab quickly. I may even put my iPad mini in there. At the moment, that's on the inside, and we'll discuss that in a bit. But there's just kind of a catch-all pocket that you can put bigger items into that you want to reach quickly. And then on top of that, it also includes a keychain holder. So that's a really nifty feature. If you don't want to hold your keys in your pocket, you can just tie them on here, toss it in the bag, and then when you get to your door, you can pull them out really easily. Or you can attach a flashlight or Gerber shard or something like that to here. So just a really nice feature to have, and it's nice that it's red too, so it's easy to see as well in the darkness of the bag. And then on the inside, it has a nice blue interior, which also helps kind of contrast and help make things easier to see. Even though if they're all the way on the bottom, you just kind of have to reach in and try to fish around for whatever you might be looking for. Next up, let's take a look at the laptop pocket. So the laptop pocket also has a water seal here on the zipper, helping out with water resistance, and of course you're going to want that to help keep your most valuable electronics safe. So it just has one zipper and it only opens in one direction. So it's a top-loading laptop compartment, as opposed to a lot of Timbuk2's other bags. In the past, you could actually access the laptop compartment from the side, so you could actually take your laptop out and remove it while you were still wearing the bag. I think it would be a little bit more difficult with this type of laptop pocket. But overall, the pocket itself is really nice. It's very padded. It has padding on both sides. As you can see, it's very spacious. I have a 13-inch MacBook Pro Retina, the older version here, and it fits very comfortably. I think you could easily fit a 15-inch laptop in there. And on the bottom of the bag, you can feel that it's elevated off the bottom of the floor, so if you drop the bag, the laptop won't be making direct contact with the floor. So really nice padding and a really secure laptop compartment, and it should be able to keep any laptop safe. So moving on to the main compartment of the bag, as I had mentioned earlier, the bag opens all the way down. The zipper runs to the bottom of both sides, which allows you to open it up nice and wide to make it really easy to see everything that you have in the bag. So we'll go ahead and open here. And so, as I mentioned, the bag itself, the zippers go all the way down, but you can't lay this down clamshell style like you would be able to do with the GoRuck bags, where you could open it completely flat. It has these little kind of stretchy things here to make sure that you can open it wide, but that it doesn't actually fall over and everything would fall out, which is especially useful with these pockets here on the flap, because the items are just kind of loose there. But overall, the space that the bag offers is pretty good. This is definitely a day pack, and you could maybe fit some gym clothes in here and some shoes, but it would be a really tight fit, especially depending on what you typically carry on a day-to-day basis. So as you can see, with all the items that I typically carry on a day-to-day basis, I have a little bit of space left over here, so I could maybe include a towel or a sweater, or maybe a change of gym clothes. So really useful bag for kind of daily use, but it would be hard to kind of travel with this, in my opinion. And so this, as I mentioned, is the main compartment of the bag. This is where the majority of the storage will take place and the majority of the organization. So they really tried to minimize the amount of pockets that they included in this backpack. So pretty much on one side, you just kind of have a flat space where you can lay everything down. And there's also a padded laptop sleeve here. And then on the other side is kind of all the organizational pockets that you're going to want to store your small electronics in and different accessories. But let's go ahead and go through what I have in here and kind of how it fits into the bag. So first of all, I have here my Beats Solo 3 headphones. And then I also have my extension cable for my laptop charger in case I have to sit a little bit farther away from a plug than usual. And then I have my BagSmart electronics organizer where I keep all my cables and chargers and stuff. And then I still haven't finished reading the Lean Startup, so I'm still carrying it around with me on a day-to-day basis, but little by little, I'm sure I'll get through it. And then I also have my in-case accessory organizer where I keep kind of my hard drive and my mouse, extra mouses, extra cables, things like that. Just random stuff that I don't want floating around the bag. And then I have one small folder here for my papers, just any loose papers that I have or receipts or things like that. And then as I mentioned, on the inside of the bag, there's also a tablet sleeve. I guess you could use this for documents as well. The sleeve itself is a little padded. It's not going to keep your iPad super safe, but at least it will keep it divided from the rest of the contents of the bag. And you can also use this for documents. I have in here my iPad Mini 2. But as you can see, the bag, it goes down really deep, so you could easily fit a full-size iPad and maybe even the Pro in here. I think the Pro would fit. It's a nice way to help keep your electronics organized and protected, and just kind of make sure that everything has its own place in the bag. And then here's a view of the backpack as it's empty. So as you can see all the way down in the bottom of the bag, it's got a lot of space and it opens up pretty wide. So depending on how you organize everything, if you get creative, you can probably fit here a lot more in here than you would think, just looking at how how small the bag looks when you're wearing it. But overall, I probably wouldn't overload this more than what I have on a day-to-day basis here. So going through the organizational side of the main compartment, which is on the flap here, you have a bunch of different slip pockets. So on the very top level, you have two. I have my Ray-Ban sunglasses in one of them, and then on the other one, I have my Windows USB mouse. And then these actually go really deep. The pockets go all the way down to the bottom, pretty much, of the bag. So you can see there that my hand fits in very comfortably. Then here we have one small zipper compartment where you can just put random accessories. I just have my little pouch here with some cables. And then here in front of the zipper pouch is another smaller slip pocket. So here I just have an external battery to keep my devices charged. So there's two slots for pens or pencils here. And then right next to that is kind of another big slip pocket. Here's just where I put my MacBook charger, but you can easily fit a hard drive or a battery in there. So just tons of flexibility in how you can organize everything that you carry on a regular basis. And it's really nice that it's all kind of in one compartment. So anything you need to access, you know that you have to go just to this one area. You don't have to remember which pocket you put it into. And then once you open it, you can kind of see everything at once and not have to worry about it all falling over or falling out. So overall, I really like the idea here. They really kept it simple and minimal. And that's going to be a good thing or a negative thing depending on how you pack. But for me, this is a really cool idea, and I really like how sleek this helped to keep the bag. So it really looks great for business meetings and for walking around the city. It's really sleek, and I think it would fit in just about anywhere. So awesome job on the design for Timbuk2. So one small detail that I forgot to mention to note on the zippers for the main compartment, they don't have the same kind of water resistant sealing that the laptop compartment has or that even the front pocket has. So I don't really know why that was left off, considering you would still probably store some electronics in this pocket. I don't know if the assumption is that people will just put things there that they don't mind getting wet. I'm not saying the water would necessarily get through completely, and like I mentioned, the material seems pretty water resistant, but it's just unusual that for the laptop compartment and then this compartment, they have an additional layer of protection against the elements, and that protection was left off this main compartment. So not a huge deal, not a deal breaker, but definitely something to keep in mind when you're deciding kind of what to put in this pocket. So overall, I thought the Division Pack had a lot of really cool features to offer. It's a really stylish looking bag. It's really light and slim, and it definitely looks, it definitely fits in well with any office environment or for walking around the city. I really like the style and especially the color of this particular bag. This gray color was really pretty cool. As with most Timbuk2 bags, this feels like it's a really high quality bag and like it's gonna last for a long time. So this bag can be found on Timbuk2's site or on Amazon for about $110. And that to me is a little bit pricey for what the bag offers. It is a good quality bag and it has a lot of really cool features in addition to having Timbuk2's lifetime warranty. However, for the size and for just kind of the different features that it offers, I definitely think this should maybe be under $100, especially when you can find many of Timbuk2's other models for a lot less. I've reviewed on this channel the Timbuk2 Q bag, the Showdown, and the Command backpack, and all of those are close in size to this one, maybe slightly bigger, but they're made to be kind of more day pack type bags, and they're all under $100 or can be found at least for under $100, and I think they're just as good a quality. So I know this is one of the newer offerings, but it just seemed a little bit pricey for me. But if you really like the look and just the styling of this bag, then at least you're getting a good quality bag, but there are some cheaper alternatives. In addition, on that note, this bag reminded me a lot of the Lepacker bag that I reviewed a few videos back. That bag reminded me stylistically very much of this bag. They had a very similar look. Even the color that I chose for the two bags was about the same. The difference is that bag was about $40, whereas I mentioned again, this one is $110. So obviously this one's probably gonna be a little bit better quality. It's gonna last longer and it comes with that lifetime warranty. But if you're looking for something similar to this, but looking to save a little bit of money, you might wanna take a look at the Lepacker bag. So I'll go ahead and link to that in the description below, as well as the review that I did so that you can kind of compare the two bags if that's something that interests you. But overall, if you don't mind paying a little bit extra for having kind of the brand name and also being able to get your hands on one of their latest packs, the Division Pack is definitely going to last you a long time. It's going to be really useful and it's going to be really comfortable to wear to and from the office. So I can definitely recommend just checking it out and seeing if you think that the premium price is worth it. If you guys found this review useful, please go ahead and leave us a like below. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so now so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.